Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B recap for Wednesday, August 6, reveals that Ridge Forrester Torsten K did CPR and kissed Brooke Logan Catherine Kelly Lang before promising to make this right, since Nick Marone Jack Wagner lost consciousness due to a fall on his boat. It was up to Ridge to swim to unconscious Brooke. In the water, Ridge managed to pull Brooke over to a different vessel and got some help getting her on board. Brooke wasn't breathing at this point, so Ridge began chest compressions and tried to breathe life back into her lungs. Meanwhile, Brooke saw a bright light and imagined she was on a beach with Ridge. Once Brooke finally sputtered out water and came back to him, Ridge kissed her passionately. Ridge also promised that he'd never take Brooke for granted again and vowed that they'd make this right. While Donna, Logan, Forrester, Jennifer Garay, and Katie, Logan, Heather, Tom were discussing Brooke and the possibility that Nick might propose, they grew concerned over Brooke's lack of social media posts and hoped she was all right. At the Spencer mansion, Liam Spencer Scott Clifton continued talking to Hope Logan Annika Noel about the difference between Dirty Reese Buckingham Wayne Brady and Grace Buckingham Cassandra Creech, who was an angel, at the hospital on Wednesday's B&B episode. Grace told Finn that Liam really did have a brain bleed, which became her opening to fake his tumor. That included giving Liam meds that would create his symptoms and push him toward the phony miracle treatment. Grace talked about realizing wealthy Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, was Liam's father and selling him on the experimental procedure. After all, the Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada drama. Although Grace played up her sob story about the bookies who were threatening her as well as her daughters, Finn was livid over all the pain her deception had caused. Since Grace lied to Finn too, that made him even more upset about this whole situation. Finn snapped about the $1 million and how Grace had sold her integrity. However, Grace argued that Liam was fine and hoped that Finn would agree to keep this news between them. Finn balked over Grace, asking him to cover for her, but she begged for his silence and pushed him to forgive her for what she'd done. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Finn will make a decision about that soon enough. CPL will have other great Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates and news for you, so drop by often for more B&B details. The Mediterranean meltdown, Ridge's heroic rescue. The episode opens with a sweeping aerial shot of the Mediterranean's shimmering blue, sun-drenched and deceptively serene. In one corner, Brooke Logan is blissfully sunbathing aboard Nick Marone's boat, anticipation pulsing in her veins, a ring, a proposal, a new beginning. Meanwhile, on the Italian shore, tension crackles. Ridge Forrester, fueled by suspense and unresolved love, races through the sun-baked streets of Naples, desperately calling Brooke's name. He knows something's wrong. The boat's steering is faulty. Nick's insistence on going, despite warnings. And when Ridge finally spots Brooke's silhouette on the back of the vessel, the scene shifts from heartwarming to harrowing in a heartbeat. As the boat careens into another vessel, time slows. Brooke tumbles overboard into the deep. The water swallows her quiet gasp. Everything becomes blue, cold, silent. But to Ridge, hearing her crash has set his heart pounding like war drums. Without a second thought, he launches himself into the sea, every stroke propelled by love and fear. When he reaches her, curled and unconscious, he pulls her into his arms like a lifeline. He fights for every breath, pressing his lips to hers with mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, whispering, "Come on, Logan. I can't live without you." His voice echoes above the lapping waves, a plea and a declaration. Brooke, caught between unconsciousness and salvation, drifts through visions. A cloudy tunnel opens, and there on a sunlit shore, maybe Dubai, stands Ridge, waiting for her. That memory, that pull of love, yanks her back from the brink. Water trickles from her mouth, her eyes flutter. Ridge cradles her, tears in his eyes, and when she grips his shirt, he exhales relief that he can barely contain. And then, their lips meet. Passionate, desperate, life-saving, he murmurs, "Are you okay?" And the world tilts toward hope again. As the sun sets golden and forgiving, Ridge holds Brooke tight, promising with every breath, "We'll make this right. I'll never take you for granted again." She smiles weakly, the quiet strength of survival warming them both. Sources: Ridge's rescue and CPR, with his emotional plea and kiss, are vividly described in sources like Soap Spoilers and Soaps. The visual tension of the boat malfunction, fall, CPR, vision, and Ridge's promise all match those recaps. Part 2. worry and whisper, homefront anxiety back in Los Angeles. The mood shifts but tension remains. At the Forrester mansion, Katie and Donna sit together, the glow of the afternoon sun through the windows mocking their unease. Donna shares what she knows. Nick plans to propose to Brooke. Katie's heart flutters at the thought. A new ring, a fresh start, but Donna's intuition sinks her optimism. Brooke is vulnerable. She hardly posts on social media, hasn't answered calls. It's not like her. Something's not right, Donna murmurs. Katie nods, voice tight. They reminisce. Ridge and Brooke belong together. They always have. Ridge and Brooke's love, it's unforgettable, Donna says with a soft resignation that speaks of hope and fear intertwined. Sources: Katie and Donna's conversation, worries about Nick's ring, Brooke being out of contact, and their faith that Ridge is the one, are laid out clearly in the Soap Central and Soap Opera News Recaps Part 3, a savior of another sort. Liam, Hope, and Grace meanwhile, at the Spencer residence, life's fragility and love coalesce in quiet moments. Liam, newly awakened from his near-death experience, is tender with Hope. He thanks Grace twice for saving his life, but the gratitude is tangled. Hope tries to calm his voice. Grace was just doing her job, after all, but Liam's voice is thick with awe. She cured the impossible. They share a bittersweet memory. Reese's betrayal, Beth being lost, the ruptured nightmare. Their relief that Liam lives is palpable. Hope's touch lingers on his arm, as if made to steady both of them. Sources: the hopeful conversation in which Liam and Hope reflect on Grace's life-saving intervention. Her being an angel opposite Reese is in both the soap spoilers and soap recaps. Part 4. Secrets unravel. Grace's confession to Finn in her office. A darker storm brews. Finn, suspicion furrowing his brow, confronts Grace. The puzzle hasn't fit. A $1 million brain tumor surgery. Miraculous treatment, but something off. And when he discovers she's deleted Liam's medical records, red flags explode in his mind. You need to tell me what's going on, he says, voice low. Steel mixed with hurt. Grace's confession is scathing. She faked the tumor. Reese's mounting gambling debts. Dangerous men chasing her daughters. Fear overtaking judgment. She saw Liam's brain bleed as an opportunity to con Bill out of $1 million to pay off those debts. She doctored scans, prescribed faked symptoms, even staged an operation with a pretend colleague. Finn, furious and heartbroken, lashes. She not only betrayed Liam, Hope, and Steffi, she wasted precious time, skill, and trust. He condemns, you sold your integrity for $1 million. Grace collapses under the weight of her guilt, desperate to contain the damage. She begs Finn to stay quiet. Swears secrecy, all in the name of protecting her children. Sources: Grace's confession, the context of Reese's debts, the faked diagnosis, and the plea for secrecy are all detailed in the Soap Central and Soap Opera recaps. Spoiler articles also emphasize Finn discovering deleted records and confronting her. Part 5. Crossroads, Love, Lies, Rescue, and Reckoning. The episode weaves two parallel tales, one of life and love's second chance under Mediterranean skies, the other of deception, guilt, and the precarious morality of medical ethics. Ridge and Brooke, near tragedy, a rekindling of passion. Ridge saves Brooke physically and emotionally. His kiss isn't just romantic, it's a lifeline, both literal and symbolic. His promise to make things right, to never take her for granted, resonates beyond the sunset. It's a vow carved from the brink of loss. Grace and Finn, a trust broken, a moral chasm. Grace reveals her lie, a lie born of fear, greed, and misguided protection. Finn stands at the edge. Does he expose her and tear Liam and Hope's world apart, or stay silent and share the weight of guilt? The tension crackles. Meanwhile, Katie and Donna's worry hangs over both storylines, the sense that something terrible is coming, unspoken but palpably present. The episode closes with the sun sinking over the Italian horizon and the Mediterranean shimmering in twilight. Ridge holds Brooke, silent but determined. In LA, Grace sobs, Finn's face unreadable, and the questions swim. What comes next? Can empathy balance justice? Is Ridge's rescue enough to rewrite their future? Reflection and impact. What makes this episode unforgettable is the emotional duality. Heroic, romantic rescue on one hand, ethical collapse and deceit on the other. Ridge's passion and decisiveness contrast sharply with Grace's desperation and duplicity, both driven by love, but one life-affirming, the other dangerous. From the audience's perspective, the juxtaposition is riveting. Ridge proves once more why so many believe Brooke belongs with him. Dramatic gesture, intuitive brave.